Why am I talking so quiet? I don't know. There we go. No. Hey, bumblebees. Hey, bumblebees. Turn the volume up. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Okay. Oh, bumblebees. Oh, bumblebees. Lordy. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Lori. Lori. See, it was hot. Now I'm getting a little chilly. Oh, hi, Robin. Hi, Diana. Hi, Carrie. How's your sciatica stuff? Hi, Patty. Hi, Debbie. You guys, I'm not doing the best. Really not. Really not. Hi, Peggy. I just ate. Don't worry, that's just plaque that I'm working on getting out. It'll be okay. I went and got me a caffeine because with studying, it's just like, I need to be woke. I can't. So I've been studying. Yesterday, studying. This morning, this afternoon, studying. Just writing everything down and double tap. Hi, Nick. So I just wanted to show you guys. I will in a minute when more people get on, so I don't have to do it again. I was that way yesterday with talking to my parents. It's just like everybody I speak to are like, you're gonna pass, you're gonna do great, you're gonna do great, you're gonna ace it, and da 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 da, and my mom was like, you know, try this, and then I showed her everything, and she was just like, holy shit, like this is intense, and I'm never been. I don't want to cry. I cried myself to sleep last night. I felt so defeated. I felt so stupid. I'm not gonna cry. And I just prayed for God's grace to believe in me, to allow myself to believe in myself. I want this job. If I don't get this job, I'm gonna lose my home. But it's just so much. Thank you all. It's just a lot. It's just, well, all the way through school, I was in special ed. And I told my mom, I was just like, you know, I always struggled in school. My sister didn't even have to study, and she, like, got straight A's. You know, there's just those people that are just gifted that way. I was not that way ever. I always struggled, especially with comprehension. That's why I would, like, through school, they would always read me my test, and then I would do well. But if I read it myself, it, like, none of it made sense. And so I've been, like, going through and, like, writing everything down. Just keep writing every meal, everything that's in the meal. Like the sampler alone, I gotta know that. How much of every single thing that's in it. There's 1,000. There's 1,000 entrees. And it's just like, and then I go into alcohol. I'm terrified, Julie, that I'm not gonna get this job, but I wanted to just show you a little bit. It might be easier this way, but like, I think that's the beginning. So there's one page. This is just appetizers, this page and this page. And then we go to traditional. These are more like the high-end items. More high-end items. Seafood. These are pastas. And then it starts with steaks and chops. And then more steaks. And here's the bone ends, and then the steak burgers. And then here's some more burgers. Here's the soup and salads and the sides, and then we go into like different, when they're lunch or, you know, dinner. More food. More food. Lunch specials. Desserts. More desserts and kids menu. The brunch menu. The steak grid. This is all the wines and the alcohols I gotta know. I gotta know all these drink specials, and what day, how much they are, what time they start, 6 to close, 6 to close. This one right here, on a normal day, it's $7.99, but any day but Sunday, you can do $9.99 and get a free shirt. Then we got the McGuire special drinks, signature drinks, the martinis, the basic cocktails. I have to know these, and then I have to know what's in each one of them. I have to know 1.5 ounces of rum, vodka. I gotta know all that. I gotta know how to make these drinks, what's in each drink. More McGuire drinks, and McGuire martinis, champagnes. There's shots, and then miscellaneous stuff. Ordering term. And I think that's it as far as that. But then we go up here. And then I gotta study this whole menu. Nightly specials. Then I gotta know these. And then I gotta know the McGuire beers and what percentage. Which is in each beer. These are all made by McGuire in the facility. And then other notes that I took. Here's some more information I gotta know. gotta know this stuff, which I need to take out. I gotta know all of this, all of that, all of this, and all of that. My mom told me, Wendy, you haven't studied in like 20 years. And she goes, and you don't like to do things that are hard. And I said, this isn't like manual labor hard. This is me knowing my brain and knowing that no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I study and go over in my head, it's merely impossible in my brain to even comprehend learning all of this. And I just want this job so bad because I could make good money and help my parents. And I'm just so scared. The test is Sunday. You have to get a 90 or above. And I just wanted to come live to show you guys what I've been doing and going through, asking for prayers and grace. I know, that's what I kept saying. And you know, when I did that shadow shift, I learned so much about like the food and the appetizers and stuff. But like, you have to know every single garnish. I mean, it's just insane. Like, and it's just, I don't even know where to, I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to think. I just helps me. I'm gonna go this route. But I'm just so overwhelmed. Like, I see everybody are working, and I don't have the brain. We're all different, and I can sit here and be like, I can do this. And that's what I keep trying to tell myself. You can do this. You can do this. I've been breaking it up in categories. It's getting ready to start storming, so but I kind of just wanted to come live because I wanted to be live with you guys. I have been wanting to, but this is like taking control of my life because I want it so bad. Thanks, Peggy. No, but I think like I gotta work tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, shadow shifts. And yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then I'll have Saturday to study more, and then I'll have Sunday to go in and take the test at 10 a.m. But while I'm there, I think I'm gonna ask somebody, if I pay you a certain amount, you know, can you help like tutor me, like help me? I reached out to my teacher, and you know, she gave me some pointers. She says that I definitely am overthinking it, and I'm just like, I'm like, you know what? I can teach you every 207 bones that are in your body. I can teach you every single bone in your body. I can teach you biology. I can teach you history. I can teach you science. I can teach you math. I'm really good at those things. I can't teach you alcohol. I never explored with alcohol. And that's scary. And then it's just, it's like, okay, like the food they're going to order. Like, it says everything it's garnished with, you know? Like, I'll get that. I'll pick it up. But like, there, you know, like, do you want a double shot, and you know what that costs, and this and that, and what's in this drink, and what's in this drink, and uh what's the this one just threw me for a loop and a half. I didn't even show you this if I can find it. Probably was like, where's it at? Where are you at? It's starting to pour down. Please don't thunder. I can't deal with Max. What the hell? Where is that? I have to have it. I do it on the back of the page. There it is. This. Red wines, white wines. We got, what is it? Upsells. I gotta know the names of these wines and who is the maker of them. Like Pinot Noir, Mark West. What? Cabernet Sauvage, William Hill. Cabernet Sauvage, Hess Maverick Ranches. Chardonnay, Kendall Jackson. And they are all sweetest going down to dries. All the upsells are not good for happy hour. All the house wines are happy hour. That's just some of the wines I gotta know, and I'm just, I've been writing all morning. This is the seating chart. I gotta label every single one of those tables, which actually I do know this. I do actually know this, so that's fine. So anyway, I just wanted to take a break and hang out with you guys. And just catch my breath. But I want to let you guys know that I am trying so hard, and I guess like another thing that's just stupid on my mind, and it shouldn't be, but it's like the little sneakers, like the people that used to follow my channel that still watch, but they don't speak, but they want to go back to their new little Facebook page. Um, it breaks my heart to think that they're gonna be like, oh, she's making excuses and she doesn't really want to work, so she's gonna be doing this, and she ain't gonna try. And it's just, it's not the case. You don't have the right to speak about me like that. If anything, and you're a Christian person, you'll keep your mouth shut and you will pray for me, because I want this job. I really feel like I am blessed to have the opportunity to work at this job. It's one of the best restaurants, one out of 15 of the best restaurants in the country. So yeah, it's going to be hard. I didn't realize that I would have to go into this much depth. But it's just like the worrying of people judging me, and if I fail, I'm going to be so ashamed. I don't even want that word to come out of my mouth that I'm going to fail. I just, I don't know how I'm going to make this happen. Thank you all. It was just, it's, I guess it's just like a trigger. It takes me back to school where, like, I mean, if anybody, and you don't have to say, of course, I'm not asking you to, but like, you're in the middle of a class and the teacher's handing out an exam, and then like you and a couple other people get called out of class to go into a different room to have your test read to you. My mom said, you were held back in second grade, and from second grade on, and I was going through a lot as far as like sexual abuse as well. So like I was a very nervous child and I couldn't really focus very well. So yeah, in second grade I was held back, and I was timid and I was shy and I was tiny and I was bullied, and it's just like all of those emotions are just coming to the surface, and I'm trying so hard to be strong, because it's not like I'm like, God, I really want this Porsche. You know, I gotta have this Porsche. Please give me this. I am simply saying, please, God, help me be able to comprehend all of this information so I can provide for myself and my parents. And I'm just, really overwhelmed. So I'm going to stop talking about it, but I did want to show you all exactly what I have been going through as far as preparation for this test. Plus, I'm working shadow shifts. Um, Plus, I'm trying to maintain, you know, a home, dealing with my animals, making sure because I'm making Max's food now, just staying up on the laundry, keeping things clean, you know, gotta get up. Just, you know, life stuff that we all have to do, and then try to fit this in. But while I'm doing everything else, my mind is on this, and I'm like going through my head, okay, what's in this? What's in this? What's in this? And I don't know. I'm gonna, yeah, Debbie, I'm gonna talk to people when I go in tomorrow. I'm going to write down everything and be like, what don't I need to know so I can mark it off this list. But I appreciate the encouragement and the love. I wish I could, I just wish I, believe it myself. I've never believed in myself. I'm just not smart. I'm not stupid. I'm not is in this vodka and this vodka and this vodka. I don't care. I don't care about an Irish Wake or an Emery or a Strawberry Murphy or a Blue Angle, Dragon Punch, a Godfather, a Godmother, a Diesel Fuel, an Irish Car Bomb, all their drink specials, all their martinis, their draft beers, their white wines, their red wines, their well liquor. I don't care about any of this. Manhattan, Jim Beam and sweet vermouth with red cherry. Vermouth. That's kind of makes your drink dry, I think. Is what I remember. The chocolate mousse, vanilla vodka, chocolate liqueur, and ice cream mix with chocolate drizzle and orange. That's the one I was trying to think of last night. Like a cosmopolitan. When I hear that, I think of Sex and the City. But it has citrus vodka, coin trio cranberry with lemon twist. Coin trio, what the hell is that? I can't even spell most of these words. A pint, then a liter, and then a pitcher. A pint is the smallest because I think of a pint of blood because of biology. Then you can get a liter of blood. And then a pitcher, yeah, you know, that's the biggest. But light Irish red IPA, then you can get a double IPA, which makes the alcohol level go up to 9. Then you got the McGuire's Porter and the stout. The stout is like their Guinness. Guinness? That's beer? Where's that at? Guinness, yeah. I yeah, a lot of Irish stuff. This one here are 3 seasonals. A double IPA, which is 9%, and then the roseberry sour, which is 8%. So on top of the original brews, we have 3 additional seasonal ones. I'm done talking. How are you guys doing? I just don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you. Yes, my nails are real. They're actually, I don't know. I cut them a couple weeks ago. They grow so fast. Everything on me grows so fast. Beers and food, yeah. If you're not bartending, why the heck do you need to? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's on the freaking menu. Turn it around. I'll tell you exactly where it's at on the menu. And then we'll read it together. But I want you guys to know that I want you guys to know that I am giving this my all. I am not going to quit. I am going to fight because everybody in there passed that test that works there. And God knows my heart, and He knows that I have a learning disability, and I hope that He works with me and he listens to my cries. And I want you guys to know that if I pass this test, that there is nothing that you guys can't do. There's nothing that you guys can't do. If I can overcome this, there is nothing in this lifetime. You can leave abusive relationships. You can travel and leave and get your own place in Florida. Like, it is possible. Anything is possible. If I can pass this test, anything is possible. And I hope that if I do, I want to say when I do, that you all hold on to that and know, like, you know, Wendy struggled so hard, but she didn't give up, and it was really, really, really hard. Thank you, Julie. It is what it is. Let's talk. Wait and see. Thank you, sweetie. So what did you guys have for lunch? You could pass this damn test. Oh, Alex, wow. Way to share. I didn't eat. Oh, my legs. I was sitting here and I was like, I gotta get out of the house. I gotta get out of the house. I just gotta go for a drive. So I got a big fat burger and watched a murder mystery, ate it, and then came right back in here. Hi, Jonathan. So, what are you having for dinner? I am not allowed to have dinner. I'll have a protein bar, but I had my calories for today. they gave me a double burger, double bacon burger, which I did not ask for. I took the burger off and I chopped it up and I put it in the fridge for Max's dinner because he already had lunch, which was salmon and chicken with carrots. His poops are getting better. Spaghetti is, it's just my ARFID, but like I can do spaghetti if it's not spaghetti noodles. I cannot eat spaghetti noodles. That happened like with my eating disorder. It makes me feel like I'm eating worms. But yeah, I have stuff to make. I have plant-based pasta and then spaghetti sauce. And then I would just make some turkey meat, which I put out and I need to make it. I was gonna make corn tacos, but this is what I be doing. I'm just like, eh. Plus, I wanted to get out of the house. I was like, I just don't want to sit here anymore. I need to just get out. I'm glad I left. It's not raining anymore. It just was raining and then it just stops. Why don't you guys feel good? Chicken, fish, rice, no dairy. My dad made, I think it was the last night they were in San James. My dad made a hamburger helper. And I was just telling my mom, I was just like, it's a lot of grease, and you know, like, I'm just worried about them so much as far as like what they consume as food wise, as I eat a big fat burger. And I go, are you gonna have bread and butter? And she said, you bet your ass. And I was just like, ugh. I was like, can you guys please start trying plant-based foods? Like, you don't have to replace your diet. I'm not 100% plant-based. And she was like, when we get moved, and then when I come up to see you, you can introduce me to some plant-based foods. But like my sister, I don't talk to her, but like all Atticus eats is chicken nuggets. That's all he eats. That's all he'll want with ketchup. And I want her to give him the plant-based chicken nuggets. He'll never know. He'll never know the difference. And they're going to be so much better for him. I need to tell my mom that. I almost like made an order and just was sending it to her house, but I don't really want to be in contact with her. Your stomach is yucky. The plant-based is where it's at, but there is, you know, it lacks a lot of nutrition that you need, especially fiber. If you go full plant-based, you will become constipated. So you do need, you know, fiber. I'm a cheese fanatic as well, but I've definitely don't usually eat cheese at all. You slept sometimes. You gotta do that, Robin. Nice, Michelle. They have plant-based cheese. It's very gooey. Very gooey. On three, everybody hit double tap the screen. 1, 2, 3. Double tap. I got 49. Let's see if we can get to 58. Couldn't think of a number. Cook for you. I don't even want to cook for myself. Yeah, I eat usually once a day, and then I'll have like a protein bar, which is plant-based, before bedtime. Went to 55. I'm not even mad about that. I often eat once a day. Yeah, well, when I got in, I was just like, it was like 600 calories. I was like, okay. Protein bar for dinner, plus whatever's in this, because this is caffeinated. My mom told me, you need some caffeine, because I was just dragging ass last night. I just wanted to crawl in my bed, and then when I went to bed, I was praying, and I was trying not to cry. But when I pray, sometimes I cry, and tears were just rolling down my eyes, and about 3 hours later, I fell asleep. But I kept telling God, I really want this, if it's your will. Because what if he has something else in store? Because it's like, if I don't get this job, of course I can look and find a different job. But the season's coming to an end here in Panama City Beach, so it's going to be more difficult. And I just won't have, like, my savings is running low. It's just like, I would have to move back home. And if my son lived there, then, I'd be like, well, I'll just get a job in Colombia, stay with my parents for a little while until I can get my own little place. And, I'd have a purpose other than being there with my parents, to spend, and be with Ryan whenever he has time for me. But he's not there, and he doesn't want to come back there. And I don't want to leave here. I mean, I'm not a fan of the weather, but the weather's going to start easing up. I just want to be independent and keep doing me and keep fighting and keep growing and do God's will. And I really hope that me getting this job is what he wants for me. Because as far as me interacting with my customers, I'm going to ace that. I have no issues with that. People love me. And it's easier because, like, when I'm teaching, I get so attached to the children, but, like, chances are I'm not going to see these people again. They're like on spring break, or like the snowbirds are going to be coming in. I might see them a couple times. All that jazz, like, I won't have a chance to get so attached to each individual. So it just works well. So I get to love and be in the moment with people, make them feel seen, make them feel like they matter, like they're the center of everything, because I am here to serve you. And that is my purpose in life, is to serve God's people. So you would think that God would want me to do it, because I would do it with every bit of love and kindness in my heart. You're so sweet, Robin. I don't see it. You can open your gift anytime. Oh, I do have it in your hair. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can take the emotion right now. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Pappy. Emil, hi. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. We're like 100 or something from 11,000. Let's hit that right now. Let's hit it. Come on. Come on. I did it. It turned to 60. Oh. Now it's at 63. Don't forget that you are here for a great purpose. Do I have a mange? I don't know what that is. Yes, it's at 63 now. Oh, goodness. If I do fail, which I'm not going to, I do get to retake the test. So at least I'll know what's on the test. But I'm gonna be so heartbroken. Mom was like, put yourself in the moment. Please come back to Missouri. Life is easier here and rent isn't as high. Selfish me. I would think about it, Patrice, if you'd let me see you out and not be on your damn corner of your street. I still need to have a conversation with you, Patrice. I keep putting it off. I tell you, this woman keeps me so grounded. She sends me every day what she eats. She only eats twice. And then she'll have like her chocolate in her little blue and white dish with her little tiny spoon. She don't show me her face, but she'll wave at me in the TV and I can see her hand and her bun on her head. But she just finds the pleasures in the things that we all take for granted. Always happy. I mean, she hurt her or broke her hip. And she was just like, oh, it's always something. It was just, she's just so easy. You guys, if you don't talk to Patrice, you need to, like, talk to Patrice. Like, message her. She will just lift your spirits. I don't respond to her often, which I mean, it's been years now. She gets how I reply, but every one of her messages, I don't know, I think I'm just emotional. Every one of her messages, it's just what she's having for food, and she's so excited and grateful for what she has, and it's just, she humbles me. And the simplest videos where somebody might watch it and be like, okay, what was that about? She keeps me humble. She is my earth angel, and yeah, everybody needs someone like that in their life, for sure. And she just so supportive. Not that she agrees with everything that I do or I say, but she accepts me just the way that I am. And I know that I could go to her about anything and everything, and she is going to listen and be there. And she's going to give me the truth. her truth. She's just so special. Patrice, you're so special. And so damn precious. Like, oh my gosh. My mom always just liked, what Patrice eat for lunch today? And I can tell her. I can tell you exactly what she had to eat today. Yesterday she ate really early. She was eating at 6 a.m. in the morning. But then like she got a peach and she went on and on about this peach. I thought it was a plum because it was so perfectly round and red. She said it was just perfect and beautiful, and she kept saying it and just finding such grace and like love, and she cherished this peach so much. I think she said she was going back to get some more from Aldi, I think, but I don't know if she went back. But I even told my dad, because he loves peaches. I was like, I told my mom, I said, Dad needs to go to Aldi and see if he can find these perfect peaches. And then I sent the videos to my mom because she was so precious in the video about how perfect this peach was. But she zoomed in, she goes, can you tell me what it is? And I was in my head, I was like, it's a plum. And she's like, it's a peach, a perfect peach. Have you ever seen such a perfect peach? I love it so much. She's just definitely keeps me grounded, humbled, and reminds me to see the beauty in things that I otherwise would overlook. Just like, that's a woman after my own heart. I've been moved like that by a peach before. I did screenshot the peach. I did, because then I sent it to my mom, and I was like, it just doesn't do it justice. I have to send her the video. But I do have it screenshot in my phone. I am laughing. If you came back, I would meet you in the park with a mask on. She won't let people in her house because she's a germphobe. If I came into her house, she'd probably have to lay a blanket down on the couch so I could sit very smallly on the couch, leave my shoes outside the door, and then as soon as I left, she would throw the blanket in the washer, and then she would vacuum. It's gonna show up one day and be like, I'm coming in. I haven't bathed in 2 weeks, baby, and I'm coming in. Don't make me push you down. Jersey Shore. I never watched it. I never did watch Jersey Shore. My motto is to mop. Oh. Mop the floor. I hate mopping. I love to vacuum because I love me some crisp lines on my carpet for sure. But yeah, my lease isn't up until like I moved in February, and then I signed a 15-month lease. So it's like if I left here at the end of my lease, it would be coming into good weather. But it's just like, I don't know what it is. I don't want to be in the same town as my sister. Because, believe it or not, my sister's like a politician in Colombia. Nobody doesn't not know her. Everybody knows Rachel Bailey. Everybody. She owns her own practice. She's a professor. She knows everybody. And I just don't want to be connected to that. Plus, the farther I'm away, the less smaller I feel in her presence, because she's a big deal and I'm not. Not saying she's a better deal. I mean, I'd much rather have the heart that I have than the money she has. I'll tell you that. You could move to Farmington and we could both wear masks. Why do you want to wear a mask? Why do you think I'm trying to kiss you? I will. I'll grab your face. I used to do that to my grams. I would grab her face and I would go, "Mwah!" Even though she like used to kiss me on the mouth when I was 2, but you know, she stopped. She stopped when I told her to. But she was my #1 girl, and it always made her feel special. Watch, I brought up Grams. Something else is going to happen where she's going to be brought up. Because if she knows I'm talking about her, she wants me to continue to talk about her. That's why I say I don't think she's passed over. I think she's like lingering, waiting for me or my mom. Like, probably not my mom, because they didn't really like each other. But she's probably waiting on a park bench somewhere for me to come get her, grab her hand, and say, "Come on, let's go home." Because she's child mentality. She's probably so lost. God was like, "You're in timeout for a while. You were a real shitty mother. You were a great grandmother after a couple of years. But you really, really dropped the ball when it came as a mother. So I'm just going to have you sit on this bench until someone comes and gets you. And that'll be me. It'll be me. On my way to heaven, I'm going to stop by, grab her hand, and be like, come on." I don't feel like what? It's not. And then the rash, I checked again, like, see, I can feel it, but you can't see it. I can feel it. It goes all the way to like where my ribs end. It's all right here. All right here. And then it's not, well, a little bit on my breast. Right here, ooh. Right here. And then down here, and then right here. But I mean, it doesn't itch. I don't know. It's just weird. I'm cold. I'm gonna go get me something to put on. Oh, my butt's stuck to the seat. Look at that cellulite for yourself. Look at that booty. Booty, booty. Booty, booty. Booty, booty. It's quite scary, actually. I gotta get that banana out of my purse. I bought bananas. They were green when I bought them. I haven't eaten them. Ah? Okay, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm going to get something to put on. I finally put my clothes away. I don't know how this happened. Usually I don't have a gap right here. And I really don't have much more laundry. But then I noticed that all my tank tops went further out. How'd I get more tank tops? I haven't bought anything. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. My pants are the same. I have a couple I need to wash. There's my bags. Some blankets. But yeah, I don't, there's my shoes and these are socks. This is my sock drawer. I have so many socks, so many socks. It's crazy. I'm gonna put on this sweater. But when you take a sweater or clothes off the rack, you put it here. And then when you go to the kitchen, you take these to put in the laundry room. I was wearing that, but the sleeves are so big that you know, I don't want to put that one on right now. Hold on. I'm going to put this on. Yeah, now I need probably some socks. The lights out here, Wendy. Are you warm, Max? Oh. Oh, why is it so hard to lift my legs? Okay. All right. Here is my box to Carla. I suck. I have not sent it out yet. Carla, little Grace, I know you've been patient. She wanted shells, and I packaged it all up for her. And I just haven't been to the post office. I put on a sweatshirt and some booty socks. See? Might be easier if I did that. Woo! Sexy leg. Sexy leg. My legs are out of control with cellulite. My feet do not stink. Shut up. Okay, I got this box from Robin. Why are condoms so baggy? Sounds like a personal problem. I don't want to be the one to have to tell you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me get my scissors. And we will. Robin, are you still here? Now I'm getting hot. Maybe I overdid it with the sweater and the socks. Maybe I'm just wore out from moving around. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Steven. Hi, Justin. Hello. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. We're almost to 11,000 bumblebees. So let's do it today. I deleted that message. What the hell? What did it say? Robin's here. Thank you, JP. What kind of content do you make? Basically, I just chatter. We're very supportive and loving here, so we spread love, hope, and acceptance. And we always like new bumblebees. I call you guys my bumblebees. What did they say? Oh, I already had lunch. I'll be having a protein bar for dinner. No more calories for this girl. You're definitely just, thank you so much, Debrat B08. Thank you. Deputy King. The one you said about the condom. Oh. Well, I didn't want to have to tell him his penis is too small. Have you guys ever seen a micro penis? That's sad. That's so sad. Thank you, Jacoby. Hi, Les. He said he couldn't fill his condoms. Got it. I gotta go. Oh, feel better, sweetheart. I love you. Text me if you need me. I'll get to it. Hi, Sean. Everybody hit subscribe and the like button. Glad you have a big black cock. Okay. Good for you. Yeah. It's good to be grateful. It's good to be grateful. Seems like you can't pronounce my name. Umesh? Amish? Sean, I'm getting through. Sheree, I really love you. If you need to come here, come here. I need a study buddy. Oh, krr. You're definitely grateful? Yeah. Grateful for what God gives you. I'd be terrified. Although I prefer black penis. I just don't have sex. What do you, oh, are you a vegan? No. No. I eat plant-based food, and then sometimes I indulge in other foods that are not plant-based. Hello, Foxy. Sheree, really? I look vegan? How do you look vegan? Malnourished. Oh, honey, you should see my gut and ass. You'd be like, oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Foxy, I'm doing. Hello from New Zealand. I hope all of you are subscribing. All of you, double tap the screen. Give me a like. It's free. Totally free. Kevin, if you tip me $5, I'll do a 360. Or you can watch other videos. Thank you for subscribing. Gunner. I need a break from reality for a few. I'm coming on down to see you. Finally, somebody, jeez. Come on. Are you interested in watching my animals while I'm working at night? What will 10 get you? A 960. That's 360s. I know that don't add up quite right, but I'm good at math, but I just don't want to do math right now. I got alcohol in my brain. Thank you. The ocean's just 2 blocks that way. Fatigue, I have Graves' disease, which makes your eyes bulge. which also makes your eyes extra beautiful. So yeah, it's a win-win. It's okay. People ask me, it's better than wide open than cracked eyes or you're a meth addict. At least you just asked me a question. Thank you, Kevin. Gunnar, you're going to have to repeat because I don't feel like scrolling. I'm going to open my gift from Miss Robin. $14 in shipping. Jeez Louise. No, I don't, Moon. I'm in love right now. It's just the man I'm in love with I can't be with. Because of living situations. He lives in Chicago. I live in Florida. Out of all the states, I can't stand Illinois the most. Plus, you know, I want to be with my son, and I'm waiting for him to live his life, so whenever he decides to move somewhere, I want to have money saved so I can go put a tiny home on his land. But shit, I could pay him and he could build my house. He's so freaking... He sent me a picture of this porch, shed porch kind of situation he built. I was like, dude, you are a man's man. I was like, I am so proud of you. You are so talented, boy. And he was like, thank you, Mom. I love you so much. He was like, thank you for the compliments. Like, I guess me saying he's a man's man, like, really, like, made him feel good. And then I sent him a couple Jesus, you know, Instagram kind of, you know, posts. And a couple days went by and he didn't respond, and that's fine. Because that's just how he is. But he says, Mom, you can reach out to me every day if you want, because he goes, you're the only one that doesn't get upset if I don't reply right away. I said, baby, if you're out there living your best life and you're happy, I was like, you respond when you can. If I need to get a hold of you, I will make it known. But he was like, I really appreciate that. And he goes, I don't have my Instagram password, but I'm going to find it and then I will watch those videos. So still waiting on that. It'll probably be a week or two, but I'll get random texts from him just saying, I love you so much. And I'm just like, life ain't that bad, you know what I mean? Like, I guess I need to be doing, like, I gotta study this shit and I gotta pass this test because I gotta save money to help my family and save so I can be ready when my son is ready. Because he knows. I'm like, pick where we're going. Because as soon as you get your house and you're ready, Mama's coming. He'll be 25 this year. Paul, I can just delete you since you don't want to be here. I've never done drugs before in my life. Never. Now, some people are like, you smoked weed. Well, weed is not a drug. But no, you could not pay me to do, you could put $1 million in front of me and say, do this one line of coke. And I would be like, ain't no way, because I would die. Nope, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I don't drink alcohol. I don't know alcohol. I'm struggling bad about alcohol, trying to learn it for work. I don't know. I was a wife twice before, and I wasn't, but I was a completely different person. But seriously, I wouldn't make a good wife. At this point in time, I don't know. I just want to be a mom and one day be blessed with grandchildren and just waller in that kind of endless, powerful love. I had the relationships. I've had all the sex. I don't need that anymore. If I can't have Greg, I don't want nobody. I have been dreaming about KJ a lot lately. A lot. Like, I never dream about Greg, but I always am dreaming about KJ. But KJ I sent him a text and said, happy birthday. I wish you abundance and love. And, just a birthday text. And then he sent me a message just going on and on about how me and my family has changed his life for the better, and how I taught him about loving yourself and to never give up and to do. It just was a very kind message, giving me way too much credit. And when I met KJ, like, he was an atheist, but now he's about God. And I'm so proud of him. Like, he's getting closer to God, like, constantly. He's seeing God's work. He's seeing his actions. He's seeing the power and believing, and it's really amazing to see. But when he sent me that long message, I said, honey, are you going through a midlife crisis? I was like, what is up with you, kid? And he was like, no, it just means a whole lot to me when you reach out to me. It lets me know that you think of me or that I matter. And I'm just like, I guess I don't text. I'm horrible with the phone. I'm horrible with responding and all that shit, unless it's my son or my parents. But, like, I don't know. Like, why do I don't know. It's just like we've been apart for so long, and then we were just like friends, and then it was just like, I don't know. I don't think he watches my videos. I don't think he checks my posts. So it's just like, he doesn't really know what's going on in my life. He doesn't know my health conditions, my health issues, my struggles. He doesn't know. He knows my dad is sick. He doesn't know, like, where he is in the process. He doesn't know my parents have moved. He doesn't know none of this. Greg knows all of this. But the last couple weeks, like, Greg and I have been, like, texting maybe once a week, and we were texting a little bit this morning, and he said, you got this, baby, keep going, you got this. And but yeah, that's the man that holds my heart. And I always thought it would be KJ, but I love him. I wish him the best. But it would be like if I were with, we would have to, like, completely start over. We don't know each other anymore. Like, we would have to actually, like, go on a date. And he don't do that kind of stuff. He's never romantic, or he believes in providing, protecting, and penetrating. Not interested. I don't need you to provide for me. I can protect myself, and I don't want to be penetrated, especially the way you go about it. His thing is, I don't make love, I fuck. I'm like, you got the wrong girl. Greg, he is intimate with me without even penetrating me. He makes love to me without penetrating me. He holds me. He caresses me. We make love just by looking at each other's eyes. It's something so special that I have never, ever experienced in my life. And yeah, I just try not to think a whole lot about it because I'm just like, chances are it's never going to happen. But you can't just stop loving someone. Greg. It's just gonna be Greg. It's gonna be Greg. I'm crazy, madly in love with him. I was from the second I saw him. No, I'm not an OnlyFans girl. What would you do if a skeleton offered you a hip bone? A bone job. Why did I say hip bone? Oh, my brain don't work. Hi, Aunt Libby. I would totally recommend going back and rewatching this video if you're just like coming on. Shared a whole lot in the earlier video, kind of about like when we were texting last night. So anyway, all right, I got a card. And I'm gonna hang it up. It's a pretty card too. Look, it's the candles blowing in the wind. Blowing in the wind. Thanks, Aunt Libby. I hope you're enjoying your downtime. That was funny. You never have downtime. Okay. It's your birthday. Another chance to remind you how terrific you are, to let you know how much you mean, and to wish you nothing but the best, because that's what you deserve. I know. Oh, I want to cry. I'm so emotional. Get it together. I know we just know each other through the internet, but I feel in my heart that you are an awesome person. Sorry I got your birthday present late, which I did the same for you. So it's kind of like a bond we have now. It's just like next year, both of us are going to send our birthday presents late. We can't go back. We can't start doing it right now. Okay? We've gone wrong too long. We got to keep it as it is. I'm so proud of how far you have come. I love you, Wendy. Love, Robin's staff. Thank you so much for the card. Oh my geez. There's so much you guys do that. Why do you do that? My birthday was July 16th. Let's see what this is. Classic reusable shopping bag. I could keep this in my car and put so many grocery bags in it and put it on my shoulder. I just got goosebumps. Why over a bag? Wow, Wendy, do better. This is nice. Look, it's even got like a bottom. It's not like a, you know, like one of those, let me get my arm out like this, where everything, this is nice. Very well made. Sorry, I'm playing with it. Honey, thank you so much. I'm trying to think of other things I can use it, like the beach. I have a beach bag. Groceries. If I travel, I can put my stuff and carry on with this. It's very big. Thank you, honey. Put Max in it. Oh my gosh. there so much? Why is there so much? Why do you guys do this to me? Robin, I sent you a damn hummingbird. This is so cute. Oh, it's gonna be the cutest little hangy upper. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Is that not the cutest little thing you've ever seen? Patrice, look. In the back, it looks like a little cookie. That's so adorable. I know, isn't that so freaking cute? I'm sitting here like, I can make these. If all else fails with my job, I can make those. You did not. You remembered? You guys, she sent me, okay, a cup thing, which is amazing because I was thinking of, oh my gosh, but this is what she remembered. How long ago was it that I talked about I need a straw cleaner? I'm using Crafts. I truly need this because I'm always drinking out of straw. You remembered. Oh my goodness gracious. She freaking remembered. I am shocked. I forgot I needed one. A long time ago. Yeah. I can't believe it. I love it. So cute. I want to be her friend. Yes, everybody needs to be her friend. She's my safe place. My goodness gracious. Can't go wrong with these. I want to collect so many crosses. See, like I need the motivation to decorate all my I just think, oh, is this lovely. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believed in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. It's like a plaque. Look how freaking beautiful. This is like, you know, freaking looks like marble. It's just so rustic. It's so my style. I mean, it even matches my outfit. This is lovely. It's like a plaque. This is making my day. Look, it says John 3:16. And right down here it says everlasting life. I'm gonna keep this right next to me as I study. Putting it right there. That's staying right there. She's a recycler. I see what she did there. Oh my gosh. You know I love tiny things. faith, hope, and love, the inspiration treasury of quotations. Let's just see. Well, let's see what. Look out. Look. Let's just pick one and go. I feel this one. Oh. It's got a beautiful picture, as I would show my kids in class. I would just do this. And one kid would always say, I can't see it. Every time. The most solid comfort one can fall back upon is the thought that the business of one's life is to help in some small way to reduce the sum of ignorance and misery on the face of this beautiful earth. George Eliot. He was an English writer. This all came from Robin Stapp. S-T-A-P-P. Let's read another one, just for funsies. Okay. Right there. I heard it snap. Oh, there's two. No pictures this time, kids. Let nothing disturb thee. Let nothing dismay thee. All things pass. I'm going to take that as a sign. God never changes. Present attains all that is it strives for. He who has God finds he lacks nothing. God alone sacrifices. When life knocks you to your knees, well, that's the business. Oh, wow. So lovely. I'll finish it. Wow. I think we all need to hear this one. Oh, wow. It's so lovely. I'll get it 1 second. It's just, I'm sorry. When life knocks you to your knees, well, that's the best position to pray, isn't it? That was by Ethel Barrymore, 1879, an American actress. When life knocks you to your knees, well, that's the best position to pray. The best position in which to pray, isn't it? Look at that. Incredible. This is absolutely precious. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. That's not a Bible quote, but that's going to be one of my favorite quotes. This is my new coffee cup. I get tired of having to refill it. Oh, it's so... Okay, you can't see, but it looks like it's cracked, but it's like a hive. Can you see the lines in it? Look how look how dainty. I don't know how to just, it's, you can't tell. Queen. You just can't tell. It's got like this, like a, how would you describe, like a rainbow effect. You can't, oh, I want you to be able to see it. Can you kind of see it right there? Oh, this is beautiful. My mom's gonna be like, I use that cup when I'm there, because she likes real big cups. This is beautiful. Thank you so much, Robin. That's so crazy. I wonder how they did that. I wonder if it was a lining they put on there. And then they just painted over. You know, I'm a crafty soul, so I like to examine. I'm just wondering how they got that on there. There's no way they could have painted that. Unless it was like a stencil. And then they did it, let it dry. And then these dots, I can see, were probably just, I don't know. I love it so much. I love it. I wish you guys could see how beautiful it really is in person. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. There's one. Okay, you're not gonna believe this. Okay, let me put this stuff down here. Okay. You're not gonna believe this. I have my table set up. If Lola would just stop laying, but right now it's not set up. But I have these out, as you can see. I got to clean them. I wouldn't eat with these. I would completely do them. But in the middle, I've been looking for the perfect salt and pepper shakers, because one of the bumblebees got me that little tiny wooden bench, like it's like this tall, and you know what I'm talking about, that little wooden bench. They thought when I got it that it would be bigger, but I was like, no, it's like the perfect size, and I want to put it in the middle. And with the color of my plates, the color of my table, and then the color of the wood, how freaking perfect are these? That is they're perfect. I couldn't have found anything more perfect. Look how perfect. This is the exact color of my plates. Table. Gonna set on the middle. Look at that. Come on, you guys. Throw up some hearts. This is amazing. I love them. It's just the bottom is like, what? This is so perfect. Everything is so perfect. Look at that. That matches my plate perfectly. Let me remind you. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Salt and pepper, anyone? Hi, I'm your waitress. My name is Bailey. I'm so glad to be able to be your server tonight. Do you need any salt or pepper? You have a really good memory, Robin. Thank you so much. That's so many wonderful, beautiful, amazing, thoughtful gifts. Wow. That's a whole lot of loving. How's your hummingbird? That is so incredible. I'm keeping the cross there because I'm going to keep looking at it and I'm going to let God just work through me as I study. But thank you with all of my heart and all of my soul and all of my intestines. I love everything that you sent me. Thank you for taking the time to pick out everything individually, to remember the straw. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I feel so very loved, so blessed, and very humbled. I need to do better on my birthday gifts. I love you so big. Sorry, I was like having a thought of like hugging you and just feeling safe. I'm hugging you, Robin, and I feel so safe. I feel so heard. I feel non-judged. I feel loved. I feel comfort. I'm just very, very grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, that's so crazy. Incredible. With the big hand. Kind of looks like it looks like a cup that would be served with a brew in it. An Irish ale. Ale? 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 Alf? Everybody watch Alf? What a great gift. What a nice thing to get my mind like focused, have my cross in front of me. Give me a nice push. Nancy, that is so generous and kind. Honey, thank you so much. I don't know if I can highlight your name. Oh, just did. Now you're highlighted. How do you feel about that? Thank you so much for the donation. The gift. Thank you for the gift. I love you so much. That is so, so sweet. See, you guys always make me feel better. I was like, I'm gonna go live. Sometimes I like go live when I'm like in a bad mood, hoping that, you know, you guys will switch around, but I'm just in that bitchy ass mood, like the night I flipped off Cindy King. I was in a bad mood when I went live. I was just a trifling bitch. But yeah. But when I'm like emotionally like sad and kind of scared, you guys always lift me up, and I'm so grateful. It's like nothing I can do can ever repay you. And I don't mean financially. I mean, I just never can repay you for all the love and support that you guys give me every time I push live. And I'm just so grateful. I was really defeated when I came live. And when I get off live, I'm still going to be a little overwhelmed, but I'm going to look at things through different lenses. And like my mom says, why not you, Wendy? Why not? Why can't you be one of the waitresses? She said you would be one of the best ones. And I would. Not because I'm cocky or arrogant or anything. It's just I have a way of making people feel very comfortable and like you got to fill out the table, you know, but like just being silly and, you know, just I I have a good way about doing that, and I genuinely care. So thank you, Cherie. That's what I told my boss. I'm like, if you could just give me any like advice, am I overthinking this? Am I doing this or doing this? I was like, I promise you I will learn this stuff. I was like, I will be the best waitress you've ever had. I have to have this job. I want it more than anything. And that's when she sent me a couple things and was, oh, sorry, Max. Oh. Does it hurt anybody else when they go from leg to leg? You know, crossing them. So I guess I need to be working on that, but I want to talk to you guys again. Hold on. Robin, again, thank you so, so much. And Miss Nancy, thank you so much for your gift. Yeah, they'll teach me. I'll be like, what do you mean there? If somebody says something like that, I want this with this, and I'd be like, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That sounds fantastic. Why don't you tell me what you think is in that drink? That's how I would handle it. And I think they would kind of laugh. And then I would look at the menu with them because I have a pen that says I'm new, I'm still learning. I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't freeze. I would be quick-witted with it. I would try to make like light of the conversation. Like, good choice. Yeah, that's a real good choice. One I would probably pick. It's got my favorite ingredients in it. Again, what's in that again? What do you think's in it? You know, I would just do something silly and breezy and, you know, I just wouldn't. We are your biggest cheerleaders. I want to be your cheerleaders. I used to be a cheerleader in 7th grade. I didn't make the team in school because my Graves' disease kicked in and I got kind of chub. And I just couldn't do it. Nobody could lift me. Wow, Miss Bailey, your eyes are so blue like the teacher. She's nice. Are you a teacher too? I am, just not. I am. I just am not licensed here in Florida. Thicker than a Snickers you were. That's so weird because I went to school with a Josh Pennington. It was never Joshua, though. I wish a girl looked at me the way you look at the chat. I was definitely too. Were you tiny and glasses with blonde hair and everybody wanted to pick on you? Yes, that was me too, Charlene. I got picked on so bad. I got beat up like every day. Thank you, baby goose. Ooh, gooses. Blue goose? Sky goose? Is that? Hi, Kenneth. Welcome. Thank you, TMH. I'm not from Egypt. I am not. And my dad was in construction, so we moved constantly. We moved more than every 2 years. We moved every year. You were bullied? Pineapple on a pizza, absolutely. I live in Florida. My name is Wendy. Eshan, that is a really beautiful comment. Thank you very much for saying that. Because I was short and small. I was real dainty too. Like I was so tiny at home I had to wear a helmet because of my platelets. Love the name. Really? Ugh. It was awful. I can't imagine what. We all went through it, Charlene, and we are here shining bright. Hi, Eva. Julie, no. Okay, not live. I missed it. What? Julie, we're here. My favorite color is green. Bullies suck, and no pineapple on pizza. Have you been saying something? Thank you, Joshua. What's crazy is the Josh that I'm talking about in school, as I grew up, the bullying, continued, which is crazy because I was very, very popular, but the bullies just didn't care. They didn't like me because everybody liked me because I was nice to everybody. I wouldn't sit at just one table. I'd go to sit at everybody's table. But I remember we would always do a lap around the school of McDonald's. That was the lap in St. James. Everybody was at McDonald's. I remember pulling up in my Pontiac Lamaze, got out, was going to see everybody, and there was 20 of my classmates, and we were all just going to be hanging out, and they were looking at me so weird. I was 16, and I was just like, what is going on? And they were like, Wendy, what are you doing here? And I'm just like, I was so confused. And then this big, big girl, her name was Tina, she just started beating my ass. And I pissed my pants because I went into shock, knocked out one of my contacts. I ran to my car, but the only person that came to my rescue was that Josh Pennington. He broke it up. I was on the ground. I was itty bitty. I was 103 pounds. She was 300 pounds. And she was my friend. And I found out later, I mean, I went straight home, told my mom and dad. I was just hysterical. And I found out later the reason why she beat my ass is because I slept with her boyfriend. And I was just like, what? I'm like this innocent girl. Like, what are you talking about? And I can remember when we lived in Rolla, Ryan had just turned 13. We were living in Granite. It was at my parents' house. We were having a garage sale, and Tina showed up at the garage sale, and she had turned her life over to Christ. And when I saw her, you know, I couldn't help but think of that day. And she actually was just like, Wendy, after all these years, I want to let you know that I'm so sorry that I did what I did to you. I heard that you went into shock and that was life-threatening. And then I found out, you know, that the rumors weren't true and you went through so much. And I think about it to this day and I'm so, so sorry. So I eventually got my sorry from her. And I forgave her, of course. I mean, it was over 20 years ago, but that was like very traumatic. But I'm just saying that Josh Pennington was the only friend, even out of my girlfriends, because they weren't going to fight her. He was the only one that broke it up. And she hit me like this. Like, she was so fat, I guess she couldn't do this. She would hit me like this in my face. She didn't hit me in my nose or anything. I guess if she hit me like this, it like knocked out my contact. I wasn't bleeding. There was no busted lip, no nothing like that. Like, she sucked at fighting. But she was seriously like 300 pounds. And I'm not like shaming 300 pounds, but I was 100 pounds. I was 103 pounds. She was a big ass girl. And she was a farm girl. And I walked right up to her. I mean, like, just weeks before, I was like into like sportswear, like wearing like the Michael Jordan shorts and, you know, like kicks and like a Nike shirt. You know, we were kind of in that groove. But she wore like cowboy boots and like Wranglers and like flannel shirts. And I told my mom, I want to start wearing these kind of clothes. And then like 2 weeks later, she's beating my ass at McDonald's. It was crazy. I was so, and it was so embarrassing because I did pee my pants. My body went into shock. I mean, I peed right there. But it just came out of nowhere. You know, I was walking up to her and be like, hey, Tina. And it just bam, 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 bam. I dropped to the ground, covered my face. Nobody stopped it. Nobody stopped. And then after like a minute or so, Josh Pennington came and was like, okay, enough is enough, Tina. Let her go. And I ran to my car and I went home. And we knew all the cops, so we took care of it. So was handicapped. Oh, it's people like that deserve a special place in hell. Just bullying. Oh, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I was in special ed, so I definitely got teased about that a lot. But I was just like, until like middle school to high school, I was just very quiet, timid, biting my fingernails down to the quick, didn't talk to anybody, very shy, always nervous, afraid to be around any man. You know, like if we had like a male substitute, I would make any excuse to be in the nurse's office because of being molested. I was just so, I don't know. And then I started gaining a whole lot of weight, and that's when we moved to North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. I saw a specialist, and that's when I got diagnosed with Graves' disease. And then they put me on medication, and I started losing my weight. And then my parents thought, she's getting her confidence back after I went crazy on them forever over my hormones. So we moved back to the same school. And everybody was just like wanting to be my best friend because I was like a normal size. I was back down to my normal size. And then I was freshman. No, what was I? Junior attendant, class attendant, at the dance, and then prom queen. But the only reason that happened is because I was nice to everybody. I was nice to all the groups. Like I just didn't, I don't know. I just loved everybody. And I wouldn't let anybody be mean to anybody. When I came back in my normal size, it's like I came back with like a different kind of expectation of my being and myself. And I just, I wasn't scared anymore. I don't know. One day I sat with the popular crowd. One day I sat with the not popular crowd. One day I'd sat with the fat people crowd. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Sometimes I hang out with the nerds. Sometimes I didn't care. I didn't care. It's just, hey, when do you want to start with us? Yeah. So I just didn't pick and choose. And so I just got a lot of votes from different groups, So, but when I was junior class attendant, I was dating a boy named Justin Roark, and I had the most beautiful green sequins gown. It was $80. I absolutely fell in love with it. And, my mom was waitressing. My dad was on the road. Money was tight. I wish you would, John. And I remember my mom saying, baby, I need to figure bills and see, if this can even happen. And, money's really tight. And, $80 back in the 90s, that's a lot. And I remember coming home and it was hanging up for me. They always made me and my sisters once come to life. I don't know. I was just in shock. But I don't know how I would ever find a picture of that. But I had such the perfect little figure and the way it fit me. And I was small breasted. I mean, I was little. And I remember walking down the football field with my boyfriend. And I don't think I've ever felt that beautiful. And it was that dress, and my mom is the one that made that happen. It was $80. The dress was $80. That was before tax, but those little things that we should remind our parents. Hey, remember, that you made that happen. She always made it happen. That's why I want to get this job, because she loves the shop, you guys. Oh my goodness gracious. When she gets here, I'm going to take you guys shopping with us. And she is like a kid in a candy store. She gets so freaking excited. I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't even like, I don't like shopping. I'd rather just do it online if you have to. But your swords are precious today. Aww. Thank you. But I want to get a few weeks in to where I can like have my bills paid and be able to take her on a shopping spree. Because, you know, she loves the beach. I mean, she's going to be at the beach. If I'm working, she's going to be at the beach. Mom, I got to work today. I'll be at the beach. Plus, we got a beautiful pool here at our condominium with a waterfall. Like, she'll either be at the beach or at the pool. She's going to be so content. But I definitely want to make a point to, you know, I want to show her around. I'm trying to think of things that we could do together. I was thinking like it'd be fun to take her to play miniature golf, just me and her, you know, just silly kid, just being goofy. Maybe find a little weed and hit it a few times and then go play miniature golf. I don't know. But definitely got to take her on a shopping spree. Just flowers on the bottom of French shoes. I got bees. No! Julie. The dress sounds incredible. Oh. You're deathly allergic to bees and you're in the beehive. You are dedicated. Hi, Terrell. So I definitely, if you guys are interested in one too, because it's fun to watch her smile. And she's one of those, is like, she'll put like 25 things in the cart and then she has the patience to go to the dressing room and try every single thing on. Her and my sister are the same way. They love it so much. I'm like, let me in the dressing room so I can vape, do something. Like, this is the most boring thing ever. Ever. Are you, Robin? I have picked up, held bees. I've held hornets. They don't do nothing to me. They feel my love. Yeah, so I don't mean to repeat myself, but I definitely want to take her on a shopping spree. And that's gonna be $300, $400, $500 because I tell her, just go, get it. When she came to Panama City Beach the last time, I took her on a shopping spree and I spent that much. And she was just, and then what's crazy is she goes to the store, she tries all this stuff on. She decides, you know, oh, maybe I should get this in a little smaller, a little bigger. And then she'll send me out to go get the different size. I bring it to her, she'll try it on. Okay, yeah, this one fits better. Just go ahead and put this one back. Okay, a little run around her. Then when she got back to our condo, she wanted to try everything on again for Dad. That sounds so miserable. Who wants to try on clothes that much? No. Oh my gosh. But it's all worth it because she's so happy. She feels like a princess. My mom always has wanted to feel like a princess, like a little girl princess. And in those moments, that's what she feels like. And I know that's what she longs for. Um, she wants to be Cinderella. She'll tell you that. Uh, so it's always a joy. It's a little taxing because I'm like, here we go. And then, you know, it'd be cool if we went by here too. I'm like, of course it would be. Maybe I'll be like, here's my debit card. I'm going to work. You go shop. Like they did on Pretty Woman. You work on commission, right? Just go shop. But missing her smiles and her joy and her feeling like she's like in the spotlight. She always feels like she's in the background, you know, but what she does is like the glue. She's the force of the family. Like she doesn't realize that without her we would all fall apart. So to see her in those moments are way too rare. But I guess that's okay because when it does happen, I don't ever forget. But you guys will get it if you guys watch while we're going shopping. She'd just be like, oh, I stop. No, I'm going to start here. Oh, where do I start? When? I don't know. Look at all this amazing stuff. Like, I don't know where to go. Like, should I do dresses? I need dresses. We look like sisters. She loves her dresses. She will, I don't care if she is sick in bed. My heart bursts with joy when Mama, I know, there's nothing like it. I mean, seeing your children smile and happiness is, I think, the best. But to be able to give back to your parents and love them and cherish them and be patient with them and spoil them, it's pretty special. But exhausting. I ain't gonna be trying anything on. I think the last time I took her shopping, I bought a necklace. The one that was like, came down here and it came like this and it had all the different crystals on it. I bought it and she was like, oh, I want that. And I'm such a giver, but I was just like, I'm sorry, Mom, I saw it first. I can't give this away. Like, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. So after like a year, I gifted it to her. I was like, okay, I had time with the necklace. Now it's your turn. So she still has it. That's been years ago. Oh, Bonnie, I'd watched the beginning of the video. It was pretty rough. Comprehension. Like I can read a sentence and be like, what? Comprehending. Comprehension was, that's like why they would take me out of the room and read the test to me. Because I can read it and it'd be like, what? And then they read it and it completely makes sense to me. And they'd read, okay, A, this, B, this, C, this, D, this. And I would know the answer. The liquor class, Bonnie, was, it's all very, very overwhelming. I had a really hard time in the beginning of the live, but my bumblebees have calmed me a bit. I talked to my teacher. She calmed me a bit. I'm going to try to change up some tactics. Yeah. In college, I did incredible. That's what I was saying earlier. In college, I did amazing. But I was learning about like things I enjoyed, like biology, history, science. Like I I am so good with numbers, but like biology, geometry, like I couldn't do that shit. I couldn't, and I can't do liquor. I can't even spell like most of them. But like I said, I I work tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Thank you, Toxic. And although I got my degree in teaching K through 12, I would never trust myself to teach higher than ninth grade. Because that's when like the hard math comes in, and even though I would have like a lesson plan and all that stuff, I just wouldn't feel confident in it. Maybe back then when I was teaching, but that's why I stayed in elementary. I was really good at English, you know, like I was laying in bed thinking about it last night. I mean, even like what you think would be like the simplest things, like teaching like a third grader, like the difference between two, and two, like the number two, the TO, like I have that, or I'm going to the store, or TOO, meaning like I have that purse too. Like trying to just like break that down. I mean, it's so complex. So it's just like I was really, really good at that. I was really good at teaching them math, you know, like what's the highest, the medial, the lowest, you know, how would you go, what's the middle between 1 through 6? Because you can't find the middle, you got to find it would be a half, you know, like, so that I was just good on that level. I could relate with the kids a lot, work with them after hours or on my lunch break and stuff, because a lot of these children, all the children I taught except for when I taught in Columbia, were black children. And I would never send them home with homework because I knew that their life home was just chaotic, and to add homework to their schedule, it would just be way too much. Um, so I just, yeah, it just kind of flowed, and I would do my lesson plans, but I just, like KJ can vouch for me, it became an obsession for me, an unhealthy obsession, me trying to save all of these babies. I mean, I literally remember coming home and I had 26 notebooks because I started this journal process. None of the other teachers did it, but I thought it would be a good like system for like if something's going on in their lives, they would feel safe to write in the journal, so I can keep tabs on if any abuse is going on, if they're being fed, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then once a week I'd take them home and I would read what they wrote for the week, and then I would reply in the journal, but it was something that stayed at school and it would never be going home, so they could feel safe, you know, letting me know certain things. And then after that, I would have to grade papers and then work on lesson plans. And then all I was talking about was the kids and how I need to go to Walmart and get this person a backpack. This one needs new pants. This one's coming to school with no socks, you know. And KJ was like, Wendy, you got to stop. Like, I don't, I don't want to hear about kids every single day when you come home from work. I can't. I can't. It's consuming you. So it definitely does consume me. And it did the same thing when I worked elementary school in Columbia, which was, it was evenly hard because you got like black children that are living in the ghetto. You don't know if they're being fed. You make sure that you bring wipes to school so you can take them to the bathroom before class and wash their face off and, you know, kind of brush their hair out, try to get any dirt or stuff out of their dreads. But then at Columbia, I was working with kids that had learning disabilities. And so that's why I taught 3rd and 5th grade, because they combined them, because the 5th grade was at a lower pace, so we fitted them with it, so they were learning at a 3rd grade level. Let your parents eat what they want. At our age, we deserve it. I'm saying that because I'm their age, probably older. Let your parents eat. Are you saying that to me? You must be way late in the video. Michelle, are you way late in the video? I said that way earlier. I think it definitely takes a special person to be a teacher. And I am a special one to be a teacher. But I take it to extreme. And I have a really hard time with setting healthy boundaries. I want to save them all. I mean, I was getting a hold of the kids' parents that were walking in the dead of winter saying, can I pick your child up on the way to school? Like, pick them up. Of course, none of them cared. They were like, I don't care. Whatever. And the notorious that I get one of the sweetest little things. She was dirty every single day. I would clean her up. And that's the one I gave the backpack to. Oh, Michelle, thank you so much. If you have time, watch the beginning of the video. And please say prayers. Thank you for that sweet gift. Thank you so much. But that was the little girl I gave the backpack to. It was a princess backpack. She was so excited. And then the next day, I'm like, where's your backpack? Mama took it back to Walmart. I'm like, you didn't know that, Julie? Yeah, she sure did. But her mom had 7. She was one of 7 children. Miss Bailey, did you teach during the time you dated? Yeah. Miss Bailey. I didn't go by Miss Bailey. I always went by Miss Wendy. Yeah. That's why I was saying I would come home and he finally was like, I'm done. I don't want to hear anything else about kids. Because like he would hear the heartbreaking stories as well. And these are his people, you know, the black community. So it's just like, it was just a constant reminder to him. It was like breaking his heart too. Plus it was just like, we didn't have normal conversation anymore. It was always me talking about the kids, or like, I got to go to Walmart because this kid needs socks, or, I need to stock up on clean shirts so when they come to school and their shirt's filthy, or I need to get wipes so I can wash their face because you're black, your nose is running, you got crusties all over. Like it completely consumed me. But I did I did get a hold of the mother that returned the backpack. I didn't mention the backpack, but I did get into contact with her and try to get a rapport with her, and her and I, started communicating, and she allowed me to help out with the kids as far as like bringing them, like extra snacks if, they during snack time if they didn't have a snack, or picking them up for school. Some of the kids were older and they were in middle school, and which was right next to the elementary school. They were supposed to pick up their two youngest siblings, but they just didn't care, so I would take them home. They're walking, their jackets are like ripped, like the puffy jackets with big holes, the cotton's coming out. It's just, so I did talk to her, several parents, and kindly, with respect, just kind of made some plans to improve, their environment and stuff like that. I was a damn good teacher. My principal told me that. And at this all black school in St. Louis, and the one in Columbia that I taught at the Paper Moon, they said that they called me the sunshine teacher, because all the kids, even the little 1 and 2 year olds, I would go in there on break and they would just huddle around me. Oh my gosh. It's something that I love so much, but I know it's not good for me. And it's not good for the kids because they become so attached to me, and then I leave. And yeah. I just can't teach. I don't have good boundaries when it comes to it. Everyone, the St. Louis school, I had 26 children in one class, 26 children, because they couldn't keep teachers. I was the only white person in that school. You should have saw me the first day. Those kids looked at me up and down, and they didn't, but after a week or so, I had them just loving me because they felt safe, they felt heard. They all wanted to sit with me at my desk, and how like kids will go to lunch, teacher sits at their desk. I started off with like every other day or every day, one person can sit with me at my desk during lunch, and then people would cry and, oh, it's my turn, it's my turn. And so I just started eating with them. And I was the only teacher that did. I would just sit at the table with them during lunch, but I did have to rotate. Every day I would rotate and sit by two different people, in between two different people. But I would make sure, even at the end of the table, I was still communicating with the person at the end. Hey, Miss Wendy, I would still be communicating. But and the principal said, you don't have to eat with the students; they'll be okay. And I'm like, oh no, I want to, like, because they felt like you don't know what they're getting at home, like no attention. I want to give them every bit of my attention when I'm with them, because I don't know when they'll get it again. And then when the weekend comes, oh my gosh, I would throw snacks in their backpack, and I would have to tell some kids, like, just hide this in your bedroom so you have snacks through the weekend, because I don't know when they get fed again. Some of these kids were so malnourished, and you can tell they were, and it's not like their parents were maybe purposely not feeding them. It's just like, it's the hood, it's the ghetto, it's freaking hard. You don't know if you're gonna walk outside and get shot. They're just in survival mode. So it's just, you have to find the fine line of, you just can't judge them. You can really think poorly of their behavior, but you just can't judge them. You just have to pray and give those babies so much love when you have them in your space. Oh, thank you. They're gonna know they matter, they're smart, they're loved, they have a voice. And I mean, there's a lot of teachers, like me, that just care so much. And then they're stronger than me because they can set boundaries that I cannot. I wish I could, maybe if I went to therapy, but I don't know if it would work. I'm a real human. Yeah, Julie, hit us with it. Hey, John 3:16, got a cross right over here with your verse on it. Do you live in Not anymore. I don't live in Hoville anymore. Hit me with it, Julie. I'm procrastinating. I need to be working, studying. I think I need a nap first. No, I don't. Thanks to the caffeine. That's why I've been jabbering. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wow, I've been jabbering. Be quiet. It's because of the caffeine. I never have caffeine. When people like us will give till it hurts us, and we still want to kill. That is so beautifully said. I gotta screenshot that. That's what I tell my dad, and he says, you and your fucking heart. Like, thank you, Miss Bonnie. Thank you, John. People like us give till it hurts us, and we still want to give more. I mean, you think about all the purposes God give each one of us. I think God gives us all each our own purpose. And God gave me the purpose to serve his people. To me, I mean, is there a better purpose? I don't think so. I don't think so. There may be a better purpose for other people that fit their character and who they are, but with my heart and the way that I love, I got the perfect purpose. Not a race. I like that, John. She's the healer. Oh, I try. I just don't know how to heal myself. Julie, I'm waiting for your comment. It's a beautiful honor to serve the Lord. It is. Everybody double tap. I wrote too much. Oh, if you haven't subscribed, I highly recommend it. We're almost to 11,000. Won't all go on here. What? Break it up for me. In short, okay. In short, waiting for the short version. Dun 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 da 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 dun 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 da dun 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 dun. 8-year-old and 10-year-old great grand found out. Okay, we have an 8-year-old, we have a 10-year-old great grands. They found out that their grandmom has stage 4 cancer. Does that mean you? I told them to pray. They're too young to understand the power between with prayer. I would say they wouldn't be able to find relief in praying, even if they are prayers. It's got to be broke down a lot more simple than that. They told them to pray before they got the diagnosis today. They said to me, okay, I like this. I like how you're doing this. We prayed and it didn't work. Let me know when to speak. Oh, I know, but are you finished? Because I don't want to speak and you're still going. I have a response. Okay, Miss Julie, if you're asking for my input, and you are older and wiser than I am, so take it with a grain of salt, I would tell your sweet 8 and 10-year-old great-grandchild children that people are put on this earth for God God put people on this earth to do specific things. And once you do so many good deeds, he wants you to rest because you changed the world so much. And their grandma was so kind and so good in this life that he said, I want you to come home to me. She's not dying. She's going to live somewhere else. And then I would state that this may be hard for you to understand, but you got to make it in like layman's terms for children to understand. I would say in life, God hands us really hard times because it brings us closer to them, brings you closer to God. And that if everything was good all the time, we wouldn't recognize the good. So sadness and pain brings us closer to God. And that's what he wants. But as far as their grandmother, she was so amazing. She did so much good in this world that God said, you've been through enough. You got an A on all the tests. You showed me that she's still alive. Well, then you tell her to start taking those medications and she'll be fine. She's still alive. If she's still alive, I feel like it would be her responsibility to explain how she feels and that she's okay. You're just there to love them and to listen. You're not ever going to have the right answer. They're just too young. Thank you for the gift, silly rabbit. I guess I'm not giving the best input, but I don't quite, like, I don't, thank you again for the heart. It's just, if they pray and, you know, it just, it's the only thing in life that is certain is death. We're all gonna go. And that if God chooses to take her, she's still gonna be right here, and that they may not see her, but they can talk to her, and she's gonna hear them, and she's gonna be a guardian angel that watches over them every single day. And one day you will see her again. but she did her duties. She was a good person. And God was so proud of her and gave her her life. And now she knows she's tired and he doesn't want her to suffer. So he's going to take her home and take care of her and make her well. So when they close their eyes, they can see their grandmother. Say, you see her in your eyes when you close them. She's laying in a bed and she's in pain and she's suffering. The second God takes her, she's up and she's running around just like you are. It's just kind of manipulating and trying to tell them in a way that only a child could understand. Because when you say pray for them, yeah, they absolutely will pray for them. But they don't know the depths of what that really means. I'm just trying to teach him we can make this time a good experience with her. I would say that. That your grandmother knows that God is coming, and she's excited. But she's also sad that she's not going to get to kiss your faces every day, but she's going to stay in your heart. And until the second God does take her, you want to make her laugh and have a good time with her. If they get mad at God, they're so young that will fade. That will fade. They're very fortunate at 8 and 10 to even know that God exists. So I would be scared of that. You know God better than that. That's going to fade. That's absolutely going to fade. And if they are mad, he's a big boy. He can handle it, but he can always reel him right back in. But even as a grown adult, I ask my grams this, and it might help them go to their grandmother and say, are you scared? Because they're scared. And to hear from their grandmother, no, I'm not scared. That will really help them. Because it helped me. And I'm an adult. I may not be making sense. I don't know. Yeah. Ask her, are you scared? Because she's a wise woman. She's lived her life. And I can guarantee you that the only thing that she's scared of is the sadness she's going to leave behind. Just like my dad. When I asked him, are you scared? And he said, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of death. I've lived a long life. What scares me is the pain I'm going to leave behind with your mother and your sister. That's true, Aunt Libby. That's definitely true. So I would definitely, I think that would be the best way to do it. Because their grandmother is going to reassure them in that moment. Because she's going to want to ease them in every single way. No, Grandma's not scared. I've had a wonderful life. God just wants me now. And just because I'm not here doesn't mean I'm not here. They just need a child way of comprehending what loss is really going to look like. Yeah. The more she smiles, and you know, she'll like have her hard moments, like if the children weren't in the room, she may have her moments. Um, but there's no way as a grandmother that when those children walk in that she's not immediately going to smile at any point, unless she's just like unable. You can't look at your grandchildren and not smile, I wouldn't imagine. And they're going to see that. And to see her smiling and reassuring them that she's okay. I'm going to go to my next step in life, and I'll meet you there. This isn't the ending for us, but it's a new beginning for me. And I'm going to get to run around and jump around. You know, you want to put in those kids like fun things. Like, I'm going to get to jump rope. I'm going to get on a trampoline. I'm going to play. And I'm going to run in fields. You know, just make it a more happy, exciting concept versus she's just gone and she's scared. So if she's scared, I'm scared. Yeah, she won't be sick anymore. She can say, you don't want me to be sick anymore, do you? You want me to be happy. You want me to be able to have a great life and have my energy back. And God's going to do all of that for me. But I think it's definitely important to state, if you remember, that she wants them to talk to her. No matter when God takes me, always remember, you may not see me, but I'll be watching, and I can hear everything you say. So talk to me. Oh, I wish you the best. It's a very hard situation, but kids are so resilient. They're going to be okay. I think kids get through it easier than adults do. You have to be strong. You go to the bathroom and you cry. You got to be strong. Because everything I'm saying is the truth, and you know that. So you need to pep yourself up to know that she's not going to be in any pain anymore. She is going to be, you know, doing this and running and all of this jazz, and she is going to be with Jesus, and she is going to be able to hear her grandchildren. Their little sweet faces. Well, at least they have you. School started yesterday here in Florida. Julie, keep me in the know with what you want. I'm no therapist. I'm just telling you how I would try to get through to a child. Like if you were trying to talk to an adult, when people say somebody they're sick or what, you see, I'm like, I'm not going there. I don't know, because if somebody tries to say something to me as an adult, I would throat punch them. Like, don't tell me how to feel or this and that and this. But coming from a child's perspective, it's a little bit easier for me to think about how a child would react and feel. Also another good thing is um, like maybe like do some kind of art project that involves both of them. Like the grandmother traces her hand, and then they can put their hand in the middle and trace it, and then they can both write a little message to each other, and then they can frame it, and they can always have that, like just something keepsake, um, or I'm sure. Or if you take them and they get them like, or get her like a little teddy bear each, and then they're like, this will make you feel better, and when we're not with you at night or whatnot, you hold on to this, and then when she passes, she can leave a little note and say, when you're missing me, squeeze me, and I will know that you need me, and I'll be right there. I think I feel better. Yeah, it's so sweet. I don't want to. Oh my gosh, I forgot I have this bag too. Oh my gosh. I'm so spoiled. So loved. Okay, my phone is literally gonna die. I've been watching it. So I'm gonna go because I have to do homework. But yucky, yucky. But I really appreciate all of you. Nancy, again, if you're still here, thank you for the donation. Michelle, thank you for the donation. Robin, thank you so much for my amazing gifts. I appreciate it so much. Julie, you are in our thoughts and our prayers. I send you grace and understanding, and you got this. You got this. Yeah. God's handing it to you because he knows you can handle it. It's not going to be easy. Definitely not going to be easy. But you got this. You just want to see him smile and giggle. And you can do that in that situation. But I'm telling you, and it's not because they don't love their grandmother, within 30 days, they're going to be back to their lives. And they're going to think of her, but they're so young that it's not going to completely just stop their lives. I think it's going to hurt you for longer. So just try to stay strong, keep the faith, and know that everything you tell to those children is the truth. You're not lying to them. Because you believe in God, you're not lying to them. Everything you're telling them is the truth. So I'm going to go. I will keep you guys posted. I work tomorrow at 4 till close. That can be anywhere from 9 to 2 a.m. So I don't know. But the next 3 days I will be working. Then I'll be studying on Saturday and then tests on Sunday. But in between, love you so much. In between that, I will be going live at some point. So be patient. If you need me, text me. I promise to get back to you as soon as my brain will allow. If it's an emergency, put a 911 in front of it, not 911 call, 911 then message. Okay, be careful. And I just love you. Thank you all so much for calming my nerves, bringing me back down, and helping me find confidence and a balance, and that this is going to be really hard, but why not me? I could pass this test, but throw out some prayers for me, okay? And I'll throw out some prayers for you. All right. Okay, well, I'm sending you guys love, hugs, prayers, and so many kisses. I will talk to you very soon. And hopefully Sunday, I am like dancing my ass off in excitement, okay? Oh, we'll see. Thank you, Lisa. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. Make good choices. Oh, Max is saying bye too. Speak. Thank you. He said bye. Love you guys. Bye.